Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Laura Canfield Show, the Awaken to Happiness Now Global Series. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And as you know, some of you know, my intention, my purpose, why I do these wonderful shows is to empower you to live the life of your dreams, have the greatest and best life with ease, with joy, with prosperity, and with a connection to spirit, because we all are spirit and we are always connected to spirit, but sometimes we get in our heads and we forget that, something else is possible. So, my intention for all these calls is to show you and bring you, teachers, wisdom, resources of something else that's possible for you. So in this show today, we have with us Sarah Massiah, and she was with us before last year in October for the first time, and we had a wonderful, wonderful conversation, a wonderful show. It was amazing. And today she's back with us to talk about the struggle of becoming a spiritual human, remaining in higher vibrations as our planet ascends. So we're going to talk to her about that. We're going to talk to her about the struggle of awakening and the feeling that there's no light at the end of the tunnel sometimes. And then we're going to dispel that myth. We're going to have a short reading from Sarah's new book, Healing from Within and the Keys, and why the keys have been gifted back to the planet at this time to aid the collective struggle. And we're going to do a short meditation to cut ties with the group consciousness of collective struggle on Earth in this time, so that we can have greater peace. And we're going to have a discussion surrounding how we are eternal beings of light and our many journeys, and how the energy from previous struggles can sometimes hold us back. And this includes how we may hold contracts with Prime Creator that no longer serve us. So all that and more. And for those of you who don't know Sarah, she has, like I said, she was with us last year. She's been working as a qualified nurse for over 20 years, and she gained a lot of experience working with the most vulnerable groups within society. Sarah is an award-winning author whose book, The Cosmos, Ascension, and the Golden Keys from Melchizedek has recently won the Mind, Body, Spirit Book Awards. She's also the founder of the Golden Key Energy Healing System, which works directly with Creator. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that too, because, Sarah is new to our community still. And so please join me in welcoming Sarah to the show. Sarah, welcome.
Thank you very much. Thanks. It's lovely to be back.
I'm so glad. And we were just talking, how time has just been going so fast. Like it was October and now it's February, but it feels like a lifetime in between, right?
It does, absolutely. And it's just whizzing by, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And know it.
And if we don't pay attention, it's just going to keep on going, right? So we need to come back to our present moment sometimes and just breathe and say, okay, what do I want to do? What do I want to create? Come back to focusing on us and our creations. And at the same time, though, right now, I know a lot of people are struggling with how intense the energies are right now, right?
Absolutely.
And so people are tired. People are experiencing some physical symptoms of, even releasing, etc. So can you talk a little bit about that first before we get started into the bulk of the show?
Absolutely. Well, as the planet is ascending, and many light workers and everyone that is actually taking in, lifting their vibration, of course, aiding the group collective to raise their vibration every time anything's done. So, but there are a lot of new energies flooding in, which is designed to make us or help us to realize whom we are. So it can really feel like a total struggle. And us in this healing community, we're not always immune to that either, because during my journey and my awakening, and still at times now, you really do feel like this is never ending. And that's why I really wanted to speak about this topic tonight, because I think a lot of people that have been on this journey for a long time do struggle with that concept. And something comes up for you and you think, oh, not another thing, here we go again.
Or the same thing again and again and again. Why is the same thing happening again?
Absolutely. But the thing is, it's happening in a different resonance. So as we clear one layer, another layer may show up, and today I want to just share with people that I actually, as I was writing my book, as I've said, I'm quite way into book 2, which is called Healing from Within and the Keys. And I was writing this chapter about, actually it was about healing your lungs, and it came up a lot well, the beginning of it says about appreciating who you are, appreciating your part of creator. And I realized, oh my goodness, I need to actually, I'm not as appreciative as I could be. And so it hit me, and I was like, oh dear, I haven't been giving thanks. So, you know, I am in the privileged position of bringing this energy through, but I did spend 2 hours in the bath this morning, which is where I do all my own healing work on myself, clearing that energy for myself. So I can completely understand where everyone's at with the feeling of you know, the new energies coming in and stuff constantly, it feels like constantly coming up for us. But us that have woken up and are enlightened are really, the healing we're doing is a lot also for those that are awakening. So it's helping to bring the group consciousness up, so it goes deeper than just our own working on ourselves, especially within the key work, because it goes across dimensions. So we actually do send healing to other planets. You know, it's quite phenomenal, can't get the word out, but it's quite amazing, I shall say. Because we, within a key session, time can be stopped by creator, and we can go back, and they've given me in the time of no time, as obviously time is a man-made concept. So we can go back and we can change things that may have happened within different realms of existence and how it affected us then, and then it changes it across all our timelines. But it does also massively aid the collective. So
awesome.
So
even as we are experiencing these intense energies and sometimes our own stories coming up over and over again, it's not the same old story, it's not the same old energy, it's a different energy. And even in the collective, the stuff that's happening is not the same as before, it's a different resonance. And it could be just like, you know, a little, it could be a higher vibration even, because we are all ascending, right, as well. So can we talk a little bit about what ascension means for you, and what it looks like, you know, for a soul to ascend?
Ascension is a term, you know, that we all use a lot, but really ascension for me and my understanding is to become enlightened to who we are, which is not separated from creator in one iota. You know, talking directly to creator as part of a creator, we are part of creator. I mean, we are creator's children through and through, every single one of us on this planet. It's just that we forgot, we came under a veil of illusion. And why we did that, you may well ask, but it is due to the duality of existence. And the reason we came under that is so that we could really learn from our experiences, experience different aspects of ourselves as a soul, and work to go back towards the light, go back towards that love of creator, so that we never need to step in those darker footsteps again. And many of us on this planet, I was told that we all kind of queued up to get here at this time of ascension. So, you know, we really are the lucky ones, even though at times, and when our journeys have, you know, not all of our journeys are all pleasant, we really are lucky because we've been given the possibility to become enlightened, so we don't have to, you know, walk the road of those old struggly stories again. So it is pretty amazing. So really, ascension really is knowing that we are part of creator without any doubt, and that's divine masculine and divine feminine, which, you know, often creator, we might call creator masculine, but there is divine masculine and feminine in all of creation. If you just look around, you see it in the flowers, the butterflies, the animals, it's everywhere, the trees. It is, we are part of the divine masculine and feminine. So it's accepting our roles as well, within that greater paradigm, if you like.
And that's the thing, sometimes, you know, we don't accept it, we instead resist it, and then we go into blame, right?
Absolutely. And, you know, blame lowers your vibration, and it's easier said than done, isn't it, when you have this struggle that appears constant. You push one door and it may close, and then you think it's the end of the world. And I was writing today, actually. I have little ditties within the book, and it was about a man that wanted to get some money out of his house after retirement, worked hard all his life, and he forgot to give thanks for what he did have. But what he didn't realise, but at the end of this ditty, to cut a long story short, is that just round the corner, Creator had another marvellous opportunity for him. But it's the keeping faith till you get to that, the next marvellous opportunity. And, sometimes in a lot of our struggle, we look back and we think, why did this happen? Why did this person do this to us? But there always is a bigger picture. Even if it isn't for us, it may be for the other soul to learn and grow, learn what's acceptable, learn boundaries, that sort of thing. So through the struggle that we perceive struggle, and it's hard to, but if you can keep faith and give thanks for everything you have, you may see that life is, becomes completely different. And just round that corner, there is such a gift from Creator.
And a lot of times we tend to give up just before we turn the corner.
We do.
But we don't know that something is coming around the corner, right? So then it's like,
Absolutely.
we think it's like never ending. It's that tunnel of darkness and no light at the end of the tunnel, and
Yeah, and in fact, I only cleared that saying this week, and I know so I've cleared it with other clients, but I actually cleared another layer of that myself this week as well. So, we all have times when we dip in energy.
Yeah.
But once you've begun this journey, it's very difficult to stay in that energy for long, because you really do have to think, what is this trying to show me? What do I need to release within myself? So it's really digging deep within, which we need to do.
And everything is serving you in some way. I know people don't want to hear that often. I know I don't often want to hear that. It's like, what do you mean it's serving me? How is this serving? Right? I get defensive. Like, how is it serving me? And I get aggressive. Like, this is not serving me. What are you talking about? But a lot of times, everything that is happening is serving you in some way, so that you can come back to who you are, be aware of some of your choices that you've made, and give you the opportunity to make different choices, right?
Absolutely. It makes you look at yourself and any areas where you could have made a different choice as well, I think. So you can really review within yourself, how could I have done that differently? But as I say, when we're in that struggle, it's not always possible. And even though I've been gifted this beautiful gift of these keys, I still fall back into that at times. Why is this happening? Yeah. So I think we all are. We're all human, and that's why I've entitled that. We're spiritual beings, but we are living in a human world with a human existence.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Absolutely. Thank you. And I just want to say really quickly to everybody, we are going to be taking some live caller questions, etc., in a little while, right? So if you want to raise your hand, you can do that, or you can type in the chat. But I will let you know when it's that time to ask questions, okay? So now, Sarah, you wanted to do a reading from your new book, Healing from Within, Healing in the Keys?
Yes, yeah. I just wanted to talk about the struggle in human form, and it's quite wordy, but I hope that everyone listening will find it useful. So I'm just going to read it as I was channeling it. We write this chapter so that you may know that humans have struggled for many generations. This is a collective struggle. And contrary to some beliefs, no soul was forced here under the veil of loss of consciousness to whom you are. And this will always be without argument, that the soul, at a soul level, had chosen this, or no incarnation may occur. So just stopping there, that's quite interesting, isn't it? Because we come under the veil of this illusion, and at a soul level we chose to come here, even though sometimes we think, oh, this is just too much.
Yeah.
we did actually, choose it, but we've come here and we've come under this veil and we forget. So, so they went on to say, this is no big experiment to see how the lack of consciousness by Creator would take its toll on your kind. We state to you now, for those that are ready to hear it, there are many realms where unconsciousness of life form exists, just as there are many realms of existence where beings are totally conscious of whom they are. To understand this, you must evolve into the knowledge concerning the duality of existence. There are trillions and billions and millions of souls who are Creator's children. In naivety, for many eons, the sole belief within your realm is that you were the only ones. We tell you there is so much you don't see, due to the lack of sight and the veil of illusion. Holographic universe is deliberated upon, so you may draw whichever conclusion at your will. Imagine if all you see, feel, and know is a projection of your own realities. By this we mean the reality of what you think you feel, see, and know. And this is due to the limitations of your past and where you find yourself in this given moment in time. We are not saying that your experiences and how you currently view the cosmos is false, only that you have limited perception of your God-given powers. Imagine if creation works quicker than the speed of light, then there are infinite possibilities. So for an object to have permanence, things must be projected at a certain speed. A slowing down of light speed, so your perceptions of mass become observable. Supposing this was controlled by the grids and structures unseeable to the human eye or much of your technology. We tell you now, Creator is great, and all is done from love, so you may learn and grow as souls. Now, if a creation works on a frequency that is quicker than the speed of light, held in places by grids and structures that can be slowed and quickened, dependent on the need of the learning experience of the masses of souls, then there are infinite possibilities of other realms of existence, slowed down or speeded up to create their own realities for souls within these realms. Much has been discussed about parallel worlds, where the soul may be experiencing different possibilities, controlled by the higher self, so learning complements the soul's learning and the soul's ability to grow. We shall not fixate on this for the purpose of this text, on these theories, but hypothesize that all of the universe is alive, carefully structured and communicates through grids and structures that are undetectable in your reality. This is in part due to being under the veil and incarnating within this realm with amnesia for your learning and growth as a soul through these experiences. We postulate there are many realms of existence with different experiences for souls to experience. So within the duality of existence, they may become a lighter and brighter part of their God self. In this time, within this reality, the veil is lifting, so you can come home to a knowing and understanding about this duality. This is a gift, so you may gain a greater understanding of who you are, your abilities, your choices, and the way you wish to experience life within an incarnation experience. This is within the realm of and incarnation, and it continues on in your experiential journey. This is the gift of Ascension. It is the gift of understanding of whom you are and whom you wish to be within an ever-changing landscape of infinite possibilities. How does this have anything to do with the ramblings of healing yourself you may now be postulating? We tell you that within much energy work with Creator, in the time of no time, much can be changed for the greater good of the soul and group consciousness. And this is happening at this time within this reality. If Creator works faster than the speed of light, then time can be reversed, changing the here and now and your futures. Much of your past can be altered by examining your journeys, acknowledging the roles you have played within this duality. This is no mean feat, my friends, as some of your past may be haunting the reality as you know it. We discuss again that all is happening in the time of now, in the time of no time, although this is such a complexity to try and explain within short words of this book. As you evolve, much will make sense to you as a collective group of souls. We tell you now, as timelines change and grids and structures adapt, that new information will increase and come to light. We discuss within this chapter the struggle of humanity as well as the struggle within your reality. This struggle is a collective thing, and it has been possible to change the course of your futures before the time you find yourself in now. However, not enough of you are willing to break free of this struggle until now. So as you awaken, struggles may seem never ending, but we tell you with this, with so much love and light entering your realm, much is evaporating, and more of you join the clarion call to awaken. There is so much work happening behind the scenes. Creator applauds those who are working tirelessly for this cause behind the scenes. Sorry, I've lost my thought. And this may resonate with many that touch and hold this book. Awakening is not an easy plight, and that is why this chapter has been included. So those of you whom resonate may know their examinations from within are not in vain. I just hope that, yeah. So I just wanted to add that.
Yeah, no, thank you. And so that part of that for me, what jumped out is that everything that we're doing is not in vain. So, you know, all the healing work that you're doing individually, personally, and for the collective or for your clients is not in vain. Absolutely. All the reflecting, all the, you know, asking questions, etc., is not in vain. So keep it up. Don't stop. Keep going. And, you know, there is actually light at the end of the tunnel, right?
There is, even though we can't always see it. And, you know, that's what I wanted to talk about. That's why I brought in, we just don't see completely what's just around the corner. Mm-hmm. So you know, the news just really focuses on the bad news. I call it the bad news because often there's no good news on there, and then there's a lot of scaremongering and, mm-hmm. you know, disastrous things are happening in certain areas of our world, but as a collective we need to you know, send healing and love and light to those areas of the world so that we can change struggle for many souls, and we who are doing this work are doing that for many others that aren't able to at this time. And I think we really do need to keep that in mind also.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, we are doing a lot, and you know, it's about recognizing and acknowledging that you are doing your part.
Absolutely.
You know, you are doing your part, so don't give up, and don't think it's nothing. Don't think it's just something small. It's helping, you know. So
it's massive. In fact, I'd like to say to the listeners, you know, you may think, oh, there's something else come up, but that bit of work that you've just completed on yourself is really, really feeding into those grids and aiding souls in other parts of the world that actually have got no possibility of doing this work. So
mm-hmm. Yeah. Awesome. Good, thank you. So Caroline says, okay, I have a question, because I was said, keep asking questions.
Yeah.
Just kidding, she says. All right, so just let me know whenever you are ready to take some questions, and we'll take some questions. Otherwise, you know, we can continue to discuss.
Yeah, no, I'm ready whenever you are. Okay, cool. I'm happy to take questions.
Awesome. So Gurjeet has her hand raised, so I'm going to unmute her. So 1 second. I can't unmute you, Gurjeet. You don't have to do it yourself. There you go.
I've unmuted myself.
Yeah.
And hi to Sarah and hi to Alara.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Is that there's a sense of sadness which has been following me, I would say, for most of my life. And like I heard you mention that for creator, the work can be done at the speed of light. So is there anything that could be like to recognize where it came from and how would we change it?
Absolutely. I mean, within a key session, we'd be looking at pinpointing that. And, you know, within a key session, there are certain weights and contracts also we may have made with creator. And because we're working deeply within the Akashic records, we do clear stories of sadness from the beginning of the soul. You know, but you clear one aspect of sadness. I'm going to say to all those listening, it doesn't mean that you might not have despair running, as well. So it's like, as we said before, it's like peeling layers of an onion. We clear one level, but you have to get every single energetic vibration of what we call words. We have to pinpoint all of them. So you could definitely look back and find out where that sadness stems from, and definitely start to do some really deep healing on that. It could be from another plane of existence, which is what I'm being told it is. So it's past life, because in the time and no time, we bring this energy with us to where we're incarnating now. And it is possible to hand that back to Creator, send a lot of healing to that whole situation, and move forward with a new energy and a new way of being. I hope that helps.
Yes, it does. It does help in that we recognize that sometimes these things don't even belong to us, and we are carrying them around with us.
Absolutely.
Yes. Anything at the moment you would suggest for me to do so I can sort of start getting away from it?
How are you surrounding yourself with a lot of beauty at the moment? Creator's asking me. Do you surround yourself with beauty of nature? Are you giving yourself time to breathe? That's what I'm hearing. I don't know if that makes sense. Are you rushing about, and are you taking time for yourself to actually sit and be?
Yes, I think I'm not, you're spot on, spot on. I'm not taking the time to breathe, and I'm rushing around like crazy, trying to get so much done that I'm almost off balance.
Yes, and it's really taking back some time for you, because we can give, but as you know, as a person in a caring role, or with all our responsibilities, you need to actually take some time to breathe for you. And it may be practicing some mindfulness, and connecting again with nature. It will be whatever you find as peaceful. So it may be worth even making a list of things that you really love. It may be having 20 minutes soak in a bath, going for coffee with friends. It just, time for you is very important within our working and our hectic lives.
Yes, thank you for that. And I am trying to surround myself with things of beauty, like some plants, or just trying to decorate or rearrange things so that they look more beautiful. That's
Lovely.
one thing I'm doing.
Yeah. And it's also giving thanks for what we have now. But if sadness keeps coming up for you, it may be about digging deeper with whoever resonates with you to work with. It may be just looking at that on another level as well, which, if we can marry up lots of things we're doing, giving thanks, surrounding ourselves with beauty, and maybe doing that work on ourselves as well. So it could be mixing and a combination of a few things.
Thank you, Sarah. I do get the point, and I will take you up on the suggestions. Thank you.
Lovely.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Gurjeet. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to go to the next question. We suddenly have lots of questions now. So,
have I?
So Marianne Perry, I'm going to go ahead and unmute you. Go ahead. Marianne Perry. We can't hear you. You were unmuted, but we couldn't hear you.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yeah, but it's really, really low, really faint. Can you speak up or put the mic closer to your mouth or something?
Hi, this is Marianne. Can you hear me?
Not really, no.
I don't know how to fix that.
It's just about moving the mic closer to you if possible.
Can you hear me now?
Barely. I mean, I have to struggle and strain. It's not enough.
Hello.
Do you want to just type in the chat?
Okay. I'll try that.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Yeah, it was just not enough to hear.
No.
No. So in the meantime, we'll go to phone number ending in 468. I'm going to go ahead and unmute you. So for those of you who are unmuting yourselves, can you just please raise your hand and then we'll get to you? I'm just trying to go in order. So phone number ending 468, I'm going to unmute you. There you go. Go ahead. Hello.
Yes. My name is Don. I was calling about my parents are really like very negative people, and they're really not like adjusting to me as I move more into the quantum realm and into these spiritual practices. And my brother's the same way, and it's almost like my whole family is kind of against me. And I'm sort of, my parents are 89 and 86, and my dad's got cancer now, and he can't hear very well. And so I need to be taking more care of them, but they're really resistant to the love energy. And my dad said, you know, he's very cynical, and he is. Is there anything I can do on a heart plane to help shift how I take care of them? And, you know, my brother's a big, you know, supporter of the current administration, as my dad is, and it's very hard for me to work with them. Can you see anything or a shift or any keys that might be blocking my ability to work with them, or their ability to feel the love of the cosmic Christ?
Well, the trouble is we can't be responsible for others' journeys and how they awaken. It may be within this incarnation they don't choose to do that. And a lot of souls here aren't all ready to do it. And in fact, you know, in my first book, I wrote about if we all awoke at the same time, actually the energy in the earth couldn't cope with that amazing shift of group consciousness all at once, because our thoughts are so powerful, which we really haven't acknowledged in the past, as we know. And we know that by, if you talk to a plant with negative energy and negative words, that they often wilt and die, and those that were treated with love, as we all know, flourish. So, you know, we can't be responsible for where others are in their journey, but we can only be responsible about how we react. And, you know, not everyone, I can I appreciate that. And, you know, certain people within my own immediate group, they're not as awakened as I am, but we have to look at how it affects us and try and find peace within ourselves to let them be how they want to be on their journey, but just keep absolutely blasting them with love and light at every opportunity, and not reacting, you know, to what they say. And even sometimes it's best not to get into that deep discussion where it's going to cause us upset at times if people are so stuck in their ways and they haven't awoken yet. And, you know, we have to realize that at one time or another, we would all have been that soul. And so if we can look at situations in that way, it can make us really think in a different mindset, if you like, because once you start really looking at how many journeys we've been on, and they haven't always been great, and we haven't always been the greatest of soul, we have to acknowledge that, then we can start to see where they're coming from and just let them be. But it doesn't mean you can't put boundaries in place with those souls to let them know what is acceptable to you. And that's what I'm actually being told. It's about putting boundaries in place. It may even be the boundary to say that we all have differing views. I respect yours, please respect mine, and I don't feel the need to get into great deep conversation with you. But again, as I say, just keep projecting that love and light towards them, knowing that Creator looks after all children of creator. Equally, there's no judgment from creator about where they're at or where we're at. We're all one, really. It's just that we forgot we were all one, and they haven't quite woken up to knowing that yet. I hope that helps in some way.
Don, does that help?
It does. And I'm also involved in sort of a legal situation. Is there anything I can do to get this difficult person to come around, or how do you, is that another situation where they're not awakening? Because he brags about how awakened he is, and he knows some of the stuff, but he's been very difficult. Is there anything that you're reading on that, or?
I think it's what I'm being told, and I don't know if this resonates, is to cut ties with the competition of it, if that makes sense. Feels like also there could be a bit of jealousy going on there within that situation. But again, we can't be responsible for others' actions, only our own. We might not like their actions, but it's about forgiving them and standing strong within your own power, is what Creator is telling me. It's about standing strong with your convictions and beliefs and not being swayed into that mindset of back and forth. If you can kind of extract yourself from it, and protecting your energy as well, I'm being told. I don't know how you're protecting your energy now, but protection of energy is I'm very hot on. So it's about protecting your energy. It may be bringing in the ultraviolet. I use golden platinum flame, and surrounding yourself with guides and grids. I don't know where you stand with that energy protection. And I like to emphasize to everyone, we should be doing this on a daily basis. It really does help us not be drawn into other situations. So I don't know if you are protecting your energy in that way as well.
Do you have a guide to do that on your website, or is there somewhere you would like? Is it listening to a violet flame, or what would you? I've told clients, I've said I'm going to make a meditation to aid protection, and I really will, and I'll try and do that in the coming week, and I'll try and put it out on my website. But thank you. That would be so awesome.
Yeah, but if you write to me on my email, I'll write back the protection that I've gifted to a lot of my clients. We talk about protection during sessions, because it is vitally important at this time, because obviously as we're within the duality of existence, we are living within it. Lower vibrational energies, shall we say, don't want us all to raise, so protecting ourselves is highly important at this time as we raise ours.
Awesome.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah.
I will do that. Thank you, guys. This is so wonderful.
You're welcome.
Love to connect.
Thank you,
Bye.
Lisa. Thank you so much. And so maybe, Sarah, what you can do also is you can send me the protection stuff, and I can put it as one of the gifts on the gifts page.
Yes, yeah. I'll write out how, I do it a specific way, because obviously I'm bringing in this, during my healing sessions, it goes really deep, so I have to be fully protected. But I say to people, tune in to what you feel is right for you as well. And, and also to turn down your light at times. We don't all have to walk around beaming if we're in touch with other, creator or our guides. We don't need to be in touch with them when we're going shopping, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
We need to be turning down our light in whichever way is right for us, so that when we're out and about, we're not attracting things that we don't want.
Right.
So
got it. I understand.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to go to Caroline. And Caroline, I'm going to unmute you. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Hi. Good.
Hi.
Okay. Hi, Sarah.
Hi.
Thank you. Okay. So my question or inquiry I've been asking for quite a few years now. I used to not be able to meditate at all because as soon as I would come to my breath and unable to flow through,
Yeah.
My throat would close.
Right.
And I would not be able to. So now I'm able to, and I go so far, but when I come back in, or when I travel, as soon as I go through I think you got the answer. As soon as I go through, I choke, or my throat closes, or when I come back, I jolt back in, and it's really scary because I can't catch my breath.
Yeah, I think this is a fear state from past experiences of connecting spiritually. It's like so it becomes a shock when you come back, and also being told some part of you would rather be there than here, if that makes sense. And so it's hard for you to come back to this earth. So that's what I'm being given at this time. So yeah, it's definitely about past lives, and many of us would have been killed in the past for the work we did or for our beliefs when we've awakened. You see, we are not just millions of years, what we call years, because there is but we may have had billions and trillions of incarnations. If everyone just takes a minute and shuts their eyes and imagine life without coming to an incarnational experience ever again, then there'd be nothing. Everything would be black. So, we have chosen to come here onto this earth plane. And, my point is here that we've chosen to come, but it isn't always easy. And a lot of us, and this is part of the struggle, would rather be up there where we already are connected, so connected. But the point of this ascension journey is that we have that connection within embodiment in a human form here on earth. So I do feel it's partly.
So I ask all the time for help. I ask my horse that was with me for 18 years. He shows me to ask for help, and I ground into Mother Earth, into the crystalline, and I'm very well grounded before I start meditating. And so I've done everything that's been advised to me by my higher self and by teachers like you. What can I do will this always be, or what can I do to stop that feeling of dying when I'm meditating?
Yeah, it is. It could be. I do believe it is caught up in a past experience of probably, as you just said, and you gave the word yourself, dying for your spiritual practice. So it will really be about digging deep within and either connecting straight with Creator and asking for that to be cleared, or finding some energetic way of just shifting that really very quickly. Because I've been killed for being a healer millions of times, and for the journey, and for bringing the keys in. I had to clear so much stuff at the beginning of bringing these keys to earth. I started with, like many of us, Reiki, and then went on to training theta, and then, but during these, Rahani, but during these trainings, the keys started to come in, and I had to clear so many lives of where, and I have misused the keys in the past. I'm not ashamed to say, because I have been everything, and it wasn't through wanting to misuse them. It was experimenting, thinking, I wonder what that does. And that is why this particular healing modality now comes back through Melchizedek. So, anyone that comes to train in this, or, takes this further, Melchizedek brings these keys through for Creator, so that no energy goes astray again. But I do understand that struggle. Not completely as you're explaining, but I do understand the struggle you're describing, and it is definitely an old energy that no longer serves, and it's probably keeps coming up to say, come on, get rid of this so that you can move on in your journey and bring your gifts, because we all have such unique gifts, and I believe you have got unique gifts that you are meant to bring here.
Okay.
which she already is, but more so would be great.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you.
And also, you know, Caroline, just
Yes, my beauty.
accept that you're here
Mm.
and accept that you chose to be here, right? And fully accept it, because, you know, there are some parts of you that don't like it here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And we all have to do that. And as I say, I've had to work on that deeply within myself. Because when you have memories of how it could be, if you
Yeah, it's like,
will,
why would I want to be here when, you know?
what am I doing here? Why did I volunteer for this? And
Are you sure I volunteered? I'm not too sure. You know?
yeah. Well, I've had to clear that myself. So, you know,
I get it.
Yeah.
So get a key session with Sarah. You'll love it.
Okay.
I don't know if you did it before, but you'll love it.
No, I've never had one with Sarah. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll love it. Yeah, it's
Thank
really
you.
powerful.
Thank you.
Mwah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to Katie. Katie, I'll go ahead and unmute you. Hello.
Thank you that I can speak.
Sure. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Ah, there you are. Awesome. What's your question, Katie?
I would like to know, is it possible to manifest in a lightning speed when you cleared up all your limiting beliefs?
All your limiting beliefs?
I worked on a lot of them.
Well, as I said, we're all still clearing up our limiting beliefs, because only this morning I spent 2 hours clearing not being in gratitude enough, and I wanted to get this book done, and I you know, but I haven't been manifesting really right yet. I've had a block, but so it is really keep working on yourself. Lightning speed, it depends what you're wanting to manifest, because within book 1 I've got a chapter on manifesting, and you know, it says we have to cross all the T's, dot all the I's, but don't think you're going to go out and immediately win the lottery. So it depends what we're manifesting, whether it's for our highest and best good, because Creator won't gift us something we're manifesting that really is going to create as much trouble round the next bend, if that makes sense. So it is about also the belief and feeling the love of Creator, but also knowing fully that you are a creator being. You are not separate. Yes. You are part of God, Creator, source energy, universal energy of all there is, creating your experiences. And it's easier said than done knowing this mentally, but it's actually feeling and knowing it with the whole of your being also. So it's about continuing to work on blocks that may oppose your path of that manifesting.
Usually I'm a very good...
Katie, yes, once you release and clear some blocks, depending on what they are, then yes, you will have easier time manifesting.
Absolutely.
I'm a very good manifester. So I'm also very empathic, and sometimes when I talk to my clients, I manifest their stuff. So we talk about something, and like 13 minutes later, it happens to me. So I realize their emotion outside. And sometimes I also get physical pain when my clients have pain. So I also need to have a strategy how I can protect myself.
So I'm going to write that up, and I'll try and do it tomorrow, and I'll send it to Alara because it's night here. So I'll try and do it tomorrow during the course of my working day. I will try and write that up to talk about protection, because protection is really important, because, you know, and also in the past, we may have in past lives taken on others' pain to help them heal. But now, in this time and now, we do not need to do that. So I would be looking at giving that back to Creator and just holding the space for them to heal themselves as a channel, rather than having to take their pain to aid them heal, if that makes sense.
Thank you a lot.
And can I just add to that really quickly, Katie? That happens to me a lot with my clients when I'm doing a session or a group, something or other. I'll feel things in my body, but I have said to Creator, to myself, I'm not taking on people's stuff anymore. I used to do that, and to clear and heal and help, but then I said no. I said no more.
Yeah, because we don't have to do that, and I might get a shooting pain where if someone's had a bad knee, just so they tell me, oh, they've got a bad knee, but yeah. I don't have it. As soon as we would be clearing that, some energy of maybe not moving forward or whatever it may be, it goes off. Yeah. So, and normally the clients I'm working with feel the pain more intensely themselves, so we can work on that area, and it comes up for a reason, and then it just shoots off. So we don't have to hold others' pain now, and it comes from a lot of lives where as healers we would have used energy in that way to help others transform their energy and try and aid them to heal themselves, and we just don't need to.
Yeah, so it's okay to feel it in that moment when you're talking to the client, but do not keep it. Okay, no. So I will feel stuff when I'm talking to the client, but as soon as the session is over or the group call's over, I don't feel it anymore. It's gone. So I don't keep it. I don't hold on to it.
So do you pray before each session? Sometimes also when I go to a restaurant, then I walk out of the restaurant and then I have knee pain.
Yeah.
But I never had knee pain, and then after like 30 minutes, it's gone.
Yeah. So you're just picking up stuff that's going around you, in the space, and it's not necessarily yours. So don't take it on as yours, and just let it go. Be aware of it and say, oh, okay, cool, and let it go.
In fact, you can call in the angels and guides to help take that away, because it isn't yours. But I would say this is what I'm talking about when we're working in that way. We need to turn down our light when we're in a social situation. We do not need to be beaming our total light all over the place, because a lot of energy will come to us that we don't want and we don't need. And, we don't need to be in that energy all the time to be still connected to Creator. So when I'm not working, I absolutely turn my energy down.
Same.
Yeah.
Hopefully that helps, Katie.
I also healed myself from cancer, and I think I would be a good healer, but because of these experiences, that sometimes I had pain, sometimes I felt down and hurt my back, such things when I worked with my clients. Therefore, I'm a little bit afraid to work as a healer, I think.
Okay, and that's probably again from, I'm afraid to say, past lives, or it may even be a contract with Creator. It could be something deeper, but we don't have to take on that. But it would be about protecting yourself. But you say you want to be a good healer, but from what you've said and your exact words, I believe you already are a great healer. You've healed yourself. Mm-hmm. And what a marvelous, experience. So you're a marvelous healer already. You've healed yourself in the time and now, and I think you need to be applauded for that, because that is amazing, and it's just shows others that they can in fact move forward from conditions and illnesses like cancer. So I think you're an amazing healer already.
Thank you. Therefore, I also value very much my life and my health. Mm-hmm. It's a treasure for me, and I'm very grateful each day that I'm alive and that I'm so happy.
Oh, that's
awesome.
Wonderful.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that, Katie. Thank you.
Thank you that I could speak.
Absolutely. Yes, I'm glad you could too. Good.
And I figured out everything about raising my hand.
Yeah, I love it.
It all worked out. It all worked out.
It did.
Thank you.
Good. Thank you, Katie. All right, so we're going to go to Marianne. So Marianne, she had raised her hand earlier, but she couldn't hear her. And she's asking, what would help me to heal and be more open to living my purpose for why I'm here now?
I'm getting self-belief would help. Not being so down on where you are in your journey. And it's really about believing in yourself from within and swaying away from negativity of others' comments and not taking it to heart, I'm being told. So it's really about believing in yourself in a greater way and believing that you have got a unique gift, as every soul here has. There is no soul above another soul. We are all one. You know, we're all one. We're all creators' children. The masters and guides are creators' children. They're just in a greater knowing of who they are.
Mm-hmm.
But we're all one, and that's what Creator wants you to absolutely remember, that the love of Creator for you knows no bounds, and that you are as worthy as the next soul, is what I'm being told. So I hope that does help.
Awesome, thank you. So Jennifer says, I've had a session with Sarah. She does an amazing job. I highly suggest getting a package. Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Definitely. So the protection piece will be on the gift page. Yes, I will post it on the gift page after I get it from Sarah. I'll post it. Is that codependency? I forget what we were talking about when you asked that question, Julie. Oops. I don't remember what you were asking. So, and Carolyn is asking, which package, Sarah, do you feel is best for her? The 40-minute reading Akashic or the 1 hour?
You know, Ella, I never tell people what they need to tune in and think what they need to work on and what is best for them, because I don't know where they're at.
You know what? I'm gonna just tune in and check. Caroline, hold on one second. So, because you want to clear, because the 40-minute reading and mini healing in the Akashic records or the 1 hour private key. So I would get the 1 hour private key session if you're choosing between.
I would probably. Yeah, if it's because within the Akashic records we answer questions, we do send healing, and we can look at soul purpose and stuff like that. But it's, if you want to really dig deeper, then I'd suggest the session to.
Yeah, especially with the throat, breath, fear stuff. Definitely get the 1 hour session.
I would definitely work with the 1 hour session for that.
Yeah, at least. Okay, so. If you had to choose between A and B, I would choose B. If you had to choose between B and C, I would choose C. The same. But to go with B, okay? If you have to choose between A and B. Awesome, thank you. So the codependency that Julia was asking about, taking on others' pain, is that codependency? Not really.
No. Codependency is more about two souls that feed off of each other.
Yeah.
In not a great way always. So you need each other for certain reasons, but it's not a healthy relationship.
Yeah, and so when we try to take on others' emotional pain, being a Pisces, you absorb a lot. Yeah, you're very empathic, you're very sensitive, right? And you feel everything, but you don't have to take it on. You can acknowledge it, see it, and say, oh yeah, that's what they're feeling. Awesome. And then send unconditional love and blessings.
Yeah. Absolutely.
To them and or yourself, whichever works.
And I'm also definitely going to write this little bit on protection, because actually, you know, we need to protect ourselves. If you are really empathic and you are really switched on, it is easy to pick up what they're feeling over there and get drawn into the drama of whatever's going on for someone else. But
absolutely.
Yeah.
And you don't have to.
You don't have to. No. You
don't have to, even if it's your husband. I don't.
No, absolutely.
I'm very close to my husband, as everybody knows, and I love him. Oh my God. But when he's going through his stuff,
Softly. I can relate to that, Laura.
I take a step back. I'm like, no, I'm not getting sucked in. So no.
Yeah.
I love him. I would do anything for him, but I'm not taking on his shit.
No, absolutely not.
I don't swear live, but I'm going to say that I'm not taking on his shit, because he has enough. His own stuff, so I don't need to take it on. No. I have my own. I don't need to more. So no, acknowledge it, see it, send him love and blessing, say, you know what, honey, I love you. Oh my God, I love you so much. Take a step back.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's all so easy to be pulled into the drama. That's what I'm saying. It's easy,
Yeah, exactly.
especially, in close relationships, to be pulled into dramas that aren't yours, which causes you drama. But,
And then it's a vicious circle. It goes round and round and round. No, say no, stop. Julie, you've seen me with my hand. Stop. No. Okay. Can I ask if there, of course there is, I will let Sarah answer, but can I ask if there is past karma with my husband?
Often there is past karma with our partners in this life, absolutely. And
partners, children, parents, siblings,
everyone,
yes.
Because we would have also swapped roles as well. We haven't always been, this person's wife, this person. We may have, one of our best friends could have married in another life. It's just, we would have had karma with a lot of our close contacts. Absolutely. And but it doesn't mean you have to keep that energy.
Yeah, it's not important. And that's the thing we have to get is it's not important who you were in your past life. It's not important what relationships you had in your past life. What's important is this lifetime.
Absolutely.
And choosing to clear what's not working. Absolutely.
And it may be that something within that relationship is showing itself to you. So it could be, for instance, being aggravated with a certain thing someone does, but it could stem back from a long time ago, but it's clearing that energy of that aggravation rather than blaming that person. It's looking at yourself and why it really resonates deeply with you, or it may even be the reason why you're taking on all this drama from others. It could be to do with taking on others' dramas. So it's just it's looking at what energy is behind it and where you can go with it.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. So thank you. Great question, Julie. Thank you. All right. So I'm like hot now. All right. So do we want to do the meditation? Well, actually, we're at the top of the hour. Let me just talk a little bit about the special offer.
Yep.
So for those of you who are on the live page, you can just click on special offer. Those of you who are not, you can go to alara.at/show/Sarah2. That's SARAH2. And so Sarah, let's talk about the special offer. There's 3 packages, A, B, and C.
Yep.
Go ahead. I'll let you talk about it.
Lovely. So the first package A is a 40-minute. Often my sessions run over a bit, but it's a 40-minute reading generally, and so we'll be looking at questions that anyone that comes has. It may be about their journey or what direction they're going in, but often within that we may do some mini healings within the Akashic records, because when I can't help it just automatically Melchizedek and the old keeper of experience are there, so we might throw a few stories out within that session. So that's the Akashic reading, and it can help give clarity on journeys. But the hour session that I'm offering, which is package B, is an hour of actual deep healing. So we would be working with Creator. Clients step into a key room, which is opened by Melchizedek. So we stand directly in Creator's love and light, and the keys work multi-dimensionally, so we'll be going back throughout time, place and space, and we'll be clearing many stories, and this is for the 2-hour session also, at the speed of light. So we're not just clearing one story. At the end of the session, thousands of stories fly out of one side of the Akashic records and fly into another part where we can actually release the energy of them. All our stories are kept because they're absolutely sacred. They're sacred to Creator, and they're absolutely loved by Creator. So they're never, you can review these stories again if you need to, without the energy of them, within incarnation or with, when we go home. So the stories are kept by Creator, but we're just moving the energy of them at a very fast speed. So within an hour session, we may look at a contract we may have held with the creator under when we knew who we were at the beginning of our incarnation experience. And it could be, for instance, a story of, I don't know, doubt. So we could hand that contract back and we would be clearing hundreds of stories of doubt very, very quickly, for instance. So that's the hour session. And then, of course, the 2-hour one goes into much greater depth, and we might clear a couple of issues, sadness and grief or fear. It may, whatever comes up for that client. 'Cause what happens is I channel before the session for the client, and then they come and normally say what they want to work on. It's normally absolutely parallel to what I've channeled for them. So creator knows, obviously, because it's creator's creator. So creator knows what every soul needs. So yeah.
Awesome. And so the 1.5 hours to 2 hours, is that plus, it's just more so, right?
Yeah, it goes more, yeah, it's just deeper. So we could clear quite a lot in a 2-hour session. And we also probably bring up another planet where something may have really escalated. So if we were, say, holding the weights of doubt, we'd be clearing all those stories of doubt, but also we'd be looking at a big story where a lot about the energy of doubt originated from, and sending healing to that. And this is where it goes a bit multidimensional, because we may be sending healing to the planet and removing some naughty beings. It's just whatever comes up. So yeah.
Awesome. And so each of these packages, package A, B, and C, also include the audio download package and a PDF of Sarah's book, right?
Yep, absolutely. Yeah.
And package C also includes the 40-minute Akashic record reading as well.
The dog agrees.
I know, he's like, Neil, we're not finished yet. So yeah, so all those packages are available at alara.at/show/Sarah2, SARAH2. So if you know, we've talked about working with the keys and during this program. So if there is something that you wanted to really go deep and clear, then you definitely want to get package B or C. Okay. If you just would like, not just, but if you would like a reading in the Akashic records, then pick package A. All right. So I've worked with Sarah last year before she came on our show, and it was a powerful, powerful session. And she's like, don't do any work afterwards. Like, okay, not, you know, like, yeah, it like totally wiped me out, but because it was so powerful and so much deep healing work happened during the session. And I think ours was like an hour, you know, I don't even think it was, maybe it was more than that, but it was deep. So if you would like to get some deep clearing healing work done, then definitely book your session with Sarah, package B or C. Okay. All right. So and if anybody has any questions about the package, just let us know as well here in the call. And so now I wanted to talk about or do the process as well, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm going to take the listeners through meditation. So we're going to be cutting ties with the struggle within group consciousness. So we're not particularly going into depth in any one story, but we're going to cut ties, and we're going to give a download of peace and tranquility to all those that listen. Just to let everybody know, I speak light language, and to channel the energy, I do sometimes make funny faces. So it is best to just, get into the meditation, shutting your eyes and
just close your eyes and enjoy.
Close your eyes. Go with the flow. So awesome. I will begin. So I'm just going to start by speaking some light language, and we're going to bring down a beautiful light from Creator and take you up to where we would be working with the keys. So if you're ready, I'm just going to begin. Ishala parati kea tole parati aloriti ish as aloriti. Itaratoliti is uska us alaparata. Iskepetut ish alakarati iskrai or ish. Alarti, shlorti kuduperkian. Ikiparatoya sasha, guti alatadeata. If you could just imagine now a beautiful white, gold, and platinum light coming down from above. Ishalaka, from Divine Creator, Iliparikush Askuduaya, and a big ball of golden platinum light just sitting at the top of your head now. Ishalakaratali Kwarati Iskidiaya Shkudai, connecting you with the divine, Alakaratu. And just feeling this beautiful light now, just traveling down your body. As you take a deep breath, Shalakaratul Aparatai, all the way down until it reaches the base of your feet. And I want you now to imagine this light pushing down through new earth, brighter gold and platinum earth. Shalakaratul, Ikibiatalakaratus Kadadiai. Knowing you're divinely loved and supported on your journey. And just imagining this light connecting you to the center of the earth now, safely, securely, and beautifully. Just imagining this light now traveling up through new earth, bright earth, gold and platinum earth, anchoring you to this beautiful planet. Until it reaches your feet. And imagining this light now traveling up through your body, slowly and surely, up and up, until you reach the top of your head. And imagining this ball of light expanding as we're about to shoot that ball of light up through the universe, past the stars, in love and peace. So imagining you're taking that light up now to sit at the place that's right for you. Up and up. Taking a deep breath as you sit in a glorious white light of Creator, feeling peace surround you, knowing the love of Creator, feeling the warmth, and all those that are agreeing now, just knowing, sensing or feeling Melchizedek standing in front of you as he holds up a key, and all those that wish to, stepping into the light of the key energy now, with Melchizedek. And as the keys go up to Creator, taking a beautiful deep breath. Feeling that peace. And as the angels and guides surround you, feeling that light surround you, connecting you with the energy that is part of you, iskadai. Without doubt, Ishala Opikdai Aska. Connecting with that love, Alaparati I Talatorati Ish Isport Iskudai Kwai Kai Lakarto Iskart Kwai Kadakrai Ice is Ish at I Kru Ipalabarat Ish Askada Ikada. Taking a deep breath, Ishkabal Kora Kai Alakai Lukai Ishkabal. And just now, thinking of a recent struggle, a thought, Ishkabai, a belief, a feeling that you'd like to lift up. Ishkabai, to create a now, bringing peace to that belief, that thought, or that feeling. Ishkabai, in the time of now. Ipelaka away, away, away. Releasing the thought or belief, I don't think I'll see an end. To this struggle within this realm. And all those that wishing to now, cutting ties with the group consciousness of struggle, away. As you stand there now, back in the light, as Creator brings you esoteric information about the oneness and who you are. Taking a deep breath. And feeling peace and joy. And breathing in the glory of Creator. Taking a deep breath. As all envisaged now, to aid the group consciousness, and aid many of our brothers and sisters in the struggle, sending love and light around the world. Knowing that your thoughts are divine. Taking a deep breath. As we come out of this key energy, just imagine yourself now stepping out of that energy back into that glorious light of Creator, knowing everyone received exactly what was needed now for their soul and their journey. Knowing Creator knows who you are. And as we ground you back to earth, imagining now that divine light peacefully and gracefully protecting you. You travel down through the cosmos, down and down. You once again reach that beautiful light at the top of your head, grounding you back, sensing, knowing and feeling that light now traveling down through your body, down and down. Down to your feet, taking a nice deep breath. Breathing in the glory of Creator through your breath and taking that light down again through new earth, bright earth, gold and platinum earth, where you are anchored and grounded, safe and protected, and bringing that light up through new earth, bright earth, gold and platinum earth. And bringing that light up through your body, up and up to the top of your head. And just grounding everything we've just done, Ishkabai, in the time of now. Feeling that light around you as you take a deep breath as you come out, Ishkabai. Taking another deep breath. And as you slowly, and when you're ready, opening your eyes.
Hello. I'm back. Oh my goodness, I was yawning like crazy through the whole thing. I don't even...
It's just the energy releasing.
I'm not even sure what we did anymore. It's like, I was just like, oh, wow, thank you. That was powerful.
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm not even, like, I can't even remember some of the words that you said.
We're just bringing love light in.
Yeah.
Creator was talking to everyone about how they're so loved and that you know, we forget how loved we are by Creator, and we cut some ties with group consciousness of struggle, and cut ties with some thoughts that, for whatever soul, because loads of them flew up, so for whoever needed it, got what they needed from releasing whatever thought or belief it was that wasn't serving them. So it's just a little taster really of how the sessions work. And obviously we do go a lot deeper during a key session as we're moving out, as I say, thousands of stories, and then we move thousands of future stories, and they disintegrate as you've healed that aspect of you. And then glorious golden books get put back so that we can be aided to make that right choice as a soul. So yeah.
So I was just going to say, it's not that I couldn't hear. I could hear you, but I couldn't focus on the words, you know? So yeah, the sound did come in and out all the time. It's just because sometimes Sarah was talking and sometimes she was quiet, you know? So that wasn't what I meant. Not that I couldn't hear. I could hear her. I just couldn't focus. I was in the energy, right? Like, you know, Marlene is saying, you have me laughing here because I was thinking the same thing. I was lost in the energy. I was lost in the energy, exactly. I just don't remember the words because like I was lost in the energy. I was just being, you know, fully in the process, you know?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, so thank you. It's it's like yeah, and then like Delight says, it was beautiful. It was beautiful, it was powerful. And if, you know, that's the thing, if you're willing to let go, you know, then it works even better, right? If you're trying to analyze, figure out, it's like, what's going on here, then you just get stuck in your head, you know. Instead, it's like, it's about just be open to the process, allow yourself to be in the process, and just release.
Absolutely. And I need to say to those that, you know, during the process, we can have a myriad of we can have lots of emotions going on. So we may suddenly come over, as with most deep healing, really sad, but it soon lifts, and that will be so we can acknowledge our journeys as a soul and how it has actually affected us. You know, so things come up during sessions and our emotions are really brought to the fore, but as it ends, we walk out with a completely new and peaceful energy. So
absolutely. Yeah, so Arietta is saying, wow, powerful process. I'm feeling so peaceful, so calm, and so loved. Thank you, Sarah. You're incredible.
Lovely.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. It's like, once you're willing to receive and acknowledge, you know, that you are supported, that you are loved, that Creator only wishes to support our choices, right? Creator is always supporting our choices.
Absolutely.
As well as our guides and our support team. And so what are you choosing?
Yeah, absolutely. And it is also, you know, we can clear and clear and clear, but we have to be also in the moment of now, manifesting in the moment of now, and being in that positive mindset. So there are other books and tools out there to aid us, other modalities that aid us be in the moment of now. So we should be mixing up our who we're drawn to or what we feel resonates with us. We should be exploring that and not, you know, just sticking to one modality. We are all one, and souls know what they need at that moment in time, I think is what I'm trying to say. So it's about looking at other gifts to us that work in the moment of now to aid us to remain in that positive mindset.
Absolutely. And that's the thing, is like, you know, if we can stay in that positive mindset, if we can remember that we are all eternal beings of light, then the struggle becomes slightly different, right? It's because we've forgotten, you know, we think we're just a human with a human body and in this lifetime, and we all know that's not true, right? So can you talk a little bit before we go about the concept of being an eternal being of light?
Absolutely. So I have mentioned that we will have had millions and maybe billions and trillions of lives of experience. Now, we're here and we've come under the veil and we've forgotten all these experiences, and that's why we're awakening. So many of us are remembering that we're not just on this earthly plane. We've been in many other planes of existence. doing marvelous work, but at times doing not so great work, or not treating people as well as we should have. And we've come here to change that so we can walk forward, as we grow back into our love and light of knowing who we are as an eternal being of light, growing and learning so much in this one incarnation for those that are awakening. So we are really eternal beings of light, and Creator gifted me and for everybody to know that one incarnation is like one day at school. We go home, and we go home to Creator, and then we plan our next journey. And when we go home, we do have a life review. It isn't how it may have been portrayed about being judged by Creator, and we're just washed clean. We have a little review, and we're shown, oh, you that wasn't great, and we're loved back into knowing who we are. And that can take for however long. If we've not been so great, it might take a lot longer. And then we start planning our next journey to evolve more as a spiritual being of light. And when you think Creator never stops learning and growing, Creator just expands in love, we can never stop learning and growing either. So,
Exactly, but that doesn't mean that we come back here again and again
and
again.
No, it doesn't mean we have, no. It doesn't mean we come, all of us are coming back here again and again and again, but we may choose to, and we don't know that as we sit here where we'll be next. We can definitely put in our request before going, but it might be for our highest good to have another incarnation. We have to remember this planet is rising. It will not be the same dense, meshy, wading through all this rubbish as it has been.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And and again, remember, we chose to be here now as well.
We did.
So
we got the golden ticket, Alara, you see. We got the golden ticket.
Yeah,
we did. Even though it might not feel like it, and often doesn't.
I definitely have some clearing work to do, because every time I roll my eyes when I talk about that kind of stuff. So we chose to come here,
Yeah, well, I know, and you see, I wanted that to bring that up, because obviously I've been clearing that as well, and I want our listeners to know that we're still working on that at times ourselves. We're human.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thank you. So is there anything else that you wanted to share about the new book that's coming out that you're working on?
Yes, I just wanted to talk about how we can all heal ourselves within. And like I've read a slight part of one chapter there, it's got some really fascinating information for everybody. And it's amazing how different energies can really affect our cells, and our cells are alive. It talks about viruses and bacteria and how they're alive, and how we can kind of protect ourselves from those energies as well. So it's really a great book, and I'm getting on with it now. I had a little period of not writing, as writer's block, but as cleared some energy around that and back on it.
Awesome. And so the 3 packages are on the special offer page, which is at alara.at/show/Sarah2, SARAH2. So just really quickly, who would these packages be for?
Anyone who's on their ascension journey that really wants to work deeply and look within themselves. You're healing yourself. I'm merely the channel for Creator to bring this beautiful gift. But it does involve us during sessions to really dig deep, and Creator I'm asked to ask clients questions at times. What's that bringing up for you? I may already have it, but it's important we acknowledge it in this time, so we can really own it and then give it back. So it's a very deep the deep sessions, so it's anyone that really wants to work deeply and shift energy.
Awesome. So those 3 packages, package A, B, and C, are available at alara.at/show/Sarah2. Please do take advantage of them if you would like some deep healing, deep clearing, and start to shift what is no longer working in your life, so that you can create the life that you truly deserve and what you are asking for. because you did choose to be here, you did choose to have this human experience, but why not have it be fun and joyful, right? Why not have
Absolutely.
it have more ease, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And as we clear one deep issue, I'm not saying it's going to cure everything, but you shift your self and then you carry on shifting in whichever way is right for you, but it will really help certain issues that you may have found yourself stuck
Absolutely.
in for a while. I can say that.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. And did anybody have any last questions before we go today? It's what's Thanksgiving? No, it's Valentine's Day tomorrow.
Yep.
You know, which can be, you know, interesting for some people. So all right, looks like we are good. So thank you everybody for all of your questions as well. Some interesting ones. Sarah's going to work on that protection document that she's going to send to me, and I'll post it on the gifts page so that you can all download it and start working with it as well. And also to take advantage of the free gift that you have for us. It's also on the gifts page as well. I think it's about manifesting, right?
It is, yeah. There's it's a free meditation to aid manifesting, and any blocks that are coming up. So yeah, there's a
awesome.
24 minutes, I think it is, meditation on there.
Awesome. So on that, you know, on the gifts page, I will add the new document as soon as I get it. So give me a few days. It might be tomorrow, might be the next day, but I will add it to that page and you can download it. Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much, Sarah. This was awesome, beautiful, powerful, wonderful conversation. I love it. And I'm so excited that you're working on that second book.
Yep. Thank you, Laura. And it's absolutely lovely to be on here. I love being on your show, and it's been great fun. So thank you.
Thank you so much. And give big hugs to your little puppy.
I will, bless him. Yeah, he's asleep. He's been very good. He hasn't moved.
Yeah, so quiet, not like mine. Mine was like barking and stuff, so it's like he wanted to play. But yeah, so awesome. Thank you. So enjoy that. Enjoy the puppy. Enjoy getting up in the middle of the night.
Oh yeah, I forgot what that was like.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, everyone. Until next time, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all much love and blessings always. Bye for now.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone.